Morning students, so now we will discuss our next topic of rational and irrational number, that is surd. So anything which is written as a to the power 1 upon n can be called as surd if a is a positive rational number. Okay, so rational number you already knew, and n is a positive integer, and this whole quantity should be the irrational number. If these three conditions satisfied simultaneously, then only we can say that this number is a surd. For example, suppose if I take, I have take 3 to the power 1 upon 5. So here you can see that 3 belongs to a positive rational number. Okay, q I am here using for the positive rational number, and z I will use for positive integer. And if you see, 5 belongs to positive integer, and this 3 to the power 1 upon 5 actually belongs to the irrational number. That means we can say that this whole number is a surd. And regarding the order of the surd, now if it is a surd, then 5 is called the order of surd. Okay, like this you can see in the question. Okay, let's take one more example. Suppose something is pi. Okay, so pi we all know it is an irrational number, but pi is not a surd. Okay, pi is not a surd. So let's discuss few problems related to surd. This is our exercise 1C solutions. I have already sent you. Now see, suppose something is given like this, root 180. Okay, so this root 180 we can write it like this, 180 to the power 1 by 2. So since 180 belongs to positive rational number, then this exponent, that is 2, belongs to positive integer, and since 180 is not a perfect square, so it belongs to irrational number. So we can say that 180 upon 1 by 2 is a surd. Okay, so all the three conditions have been satisfied simultaneously, so we can say that it is the surd. Okay, let's discuss few more questions. Pause. Okay, let's see one more question. 128, and it is given as fifth root. Okay, so 128 we can write like this, 1 to the power 5. Now if you see very carefully, okay, what is 128? If you do the prime factorization of 128, you will get this 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, that is 2 to the power 7. So since now we can write that 128 belongs to positive rational number, and this power also belongs to positive integer, and since this is 2 to the power 7, so it cannot be simplified, so now we can write it as 128 to the power 1 by 5 belongs to irrational number. That means we can say that this whole number is surd. Okay. Let's see one more question. Suppose the question is like this: cube root of 25, cube root of 40. Okay, so we can combine these like this, 25 into 40. Now if you do the prime factorization of this, so we can write 5 into 5, and 40 we can write as 5 into 2 into 2 like this. So if you see very carefully, what you will get 10. Hence this is simplified. So what we can say that although it is cube root of 1000, so 1000 definitely belongs to positive rational number, then this 3 belongs to positive integer, but cube root of 1000 does not belongs to irrational number. Okay, it becomes a rational number, that is 10 after simplification. So that means this is not a okay. Okay, so you can see that we have to see the conditions, and all the conditions should, all the 3 conditions should satisfy simultaneously, then only the quantity you can call it as a surd, otherwise you cannot call the quantity as surd. And very important topic of this chapter, that is rationalization. Now what is the meaning of rationalization? Actually in case of rationalization we convert a certain number into the rational number. And how do we convert the number into the rational number? By multiplying by its rationalizing factor. Okay, rationalizing factor, we will see what is rationalizing factor. Okay, suppose 5 root 2 is there. So in this case, this is the irrational number. This is the irrational number. And we can write 5 root 2 as 5 into root 2. So this root 2 will be its rationalizing factor. Okay, so this will be its, so whatever the irrational number will be there, that irrational number will be called as its rationalizing factor. So its least rationalizing factor will be root 2. Suppose something like this is given, root 5 minus root 3. Okay, now in this case, see, this is a irrational number, this is a rational number. When you add or subtract a irrational or irrational number, you will get the irrational number. So in the numbers like this, its rationalizing factor will be, you simply change the sign from plus to minus. So its rationalizing factor will be root 5 plus 3, like this. Okay, like this you see. Then suppose something is like this, root 18 minus root 15. Now this is the third type. If you see very carefully, it is not a prime number and it is also not a prime number. So first we will try to simplify this. So when you simplify root 18, what you will get? 2 into 3 into 3. Then 50 you can write 2 into 5 into 5. So this 1 3 and 1 5 will come out. It becomes 3 root 2 minus 5 root 2. And since it is a irrational number, it is a irrational, and they are both are like irrational numbers. So when you subtract, you will get minus 2 root 2. Okay, now you can add and subtract. So in that case, see, that was our original question, and after simplification it becomes like this. So in this case, our root 2 will be rationalizing factor. Okay, so before starting to do the rationalization, and do not write, suppose you cannot say that its rationalizing factor is root 18 plus root 15. No. It may be the rationalizing factor, but what is asked is least rationalizing factor. So least rationalizing factor will be root 2. Like this we will do the rationalization. And if you start with the questions like of this, suppose in which both are irrational number, suppose it is also irrational. Okay, suppose a question is like this. So they both are irrational numbers. So in that case, what you will do, you will simply change the sign of this plus to minus, and that now it will be its rationalizing factor. Okay, so this is how you can write the rationalizing factor of a certain given irrational number. Okay, let's discuss the questions related to rationalization. Okay, suppose the question is given and we have to rationalize the denominator of this fraction. So what we will do, its denominator is root 5, so we will multiply and divide by the number root 5. So what it becomes? It becomes 3 root 5 into root 5 into root 5. So what is root 5 into root 5? 5. So this will be your answer. See, this denominator is now rationalized. It converted into the rational number. Next, in the question, suppose question is like of this. It is suppose 1 upon root 3 minus root 2. Okay, so in the questions likes of this, what you will do? You will simply change the sign. This is minus. We will multiply and divide by root 3 plus root 2. Okay, like this, it will be its rationalizing factor. Like I have told you, whenever you have the addition of a rational number plus irrational number, or a irrational number plus irrational number, so their rationalizing factor, how you will make? You will simply change the sign of those numbers. Okay, like this. So now we will multiply. It becomes root 3 plus root 2, and see this. It is actually a. It is actually b, and a and b. So what we will use? A square minus b square. So it is root 3 plus root 2 upon 3 minus 2, that is root 3 plus. So therefore its denominator has been rationalized, and which one identity we have used in this? This we have used also. Okay, this identity we have used here. Now if suppose something is like this, 2 minus root 3 upon 2 plus root 3. So again we have to rationalize the denominator. So what we will do? We will change the sign. Okay, this is plus, so we will multiply by minus of this. So if you see carefully, it is 2 minus root 3 into 2 minus root 3 upon, it becomes 2 square minus root 3 square. A plus b into a minus b. And what it is? A minus b into a minus b means a minus b whole square. 4 minus 3. So now again we will use a minus b whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2 into ab upon 1. So it is 2 4 plus 3 minus 4 root 3, that is 7 minus 4 root 3. Okay, like this you can see these will be the steps which will be there whenever you have to rationalize the denominator. You just simply change the sign. Where if it is plus, I have put mine. If it is minus. Okay, let's one more time we will discuss one more question. So suppose we have to rationalize the denominator of this fraction. So if you see carefully, it is minus sign. So what will be its rationalizing factor? You will simply change this minus sign to plus sign, like this. Okay. So now see this, we can now write like 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2 into 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2 upon a square minus b square. Then again, if you see carefully, it is actually a plus b whole square upon, and what is 2 root 5 whole square? So 2 root 5 whole square, how you will calculate? It is 2 into 2 into root 5 into root 5. So what you will get? 4 into 5, that is 20. So it is 20 minus, similarly what is 3 root 2 whole square? It is 18. So now we will open it by a plus b whole square. It is a square plus b square plus 2 into a into b upon 2. This you will get. Then 2 root 5 whole square we have calculated 20 plus this was 18, and this 2 into 2 4 into 3 12 root 5 into 2 10. Okay, divided by 2. So it becomes 38 plus 12 root 10 upon this you will get. Now what next I will do? I will take 2 common in the numerator. So it becomes 19 plus 6 root 10 upon 2, and 2 and 2 cancel out. You will get 19 plus 6 root 10. Okay, so you can see in these type of questions, whenever you have to rationalize the denominator, you just simply change the sign of from minus to plus, or if it is plus, from plus to minus, and then you keep on simplifying like this. Like this is a plus b into a plus b, so I have used a plus b whole square, then a square minus b square, then expand it like this, and then keep on simplifying like this. Okay. Now one more thing is, many times you are writing like this, it is 25 root 10. Okay, it is absolutely wrong. I have already told you, you cannot add a rational number with irrational number. Okay, so don't do this. It is absolutely wrong. It will be your answer, 19 plus 6 root 10. Okay, now in the next set of questions where we have to find the value of a and b. So whenever you have these type of questions, first step will be you will rationalize the denominator. Okay, first we will rationalize this denominator, and with the usual steps that we have discussed. It is root 2 plus 2. So you can, its rationalizing factor will be root 7 minus 2 upon root 7 minus 2. Now it becomes root 7 minus 2 whole square upon a square minus b square, that is root 7 square minus 2 square. Then again we will use a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2 into ab upon 7 minus 4. So what you will get finally, 7 plus 4 minus 4 root 7 upon 3. So it is 11 minus 4 root 7 upon 3. Okay, now we will compare it, and we will write it like this: 11 upon 3 minus 4 root 7 upon 3 equal to a root 7 plus b. So when you, or let's rearrange these terms. Okay, let's rearrange these terms like this. We will write it like this: 4 upon 3 root 7 plus 11 upon 3. So when you compare LHS and RHS, what you will get? This is root 7 and this is root 7. So you will get A is equals to minus 4 upon 3. That will be your A. Okay, with this root 7. And this is your B. So this is your B. So B is equals to 11 upon 3. Okay, like this you have to compare both LHS and RHS, but first you will rationalize it. You will reduce this whole expression in the form of like this, where its denominator is a rational number. Then you will compare both A and B. Okay, let's discuss one more question in which in denominator both are irrational numbers. So first we will do the rationalization like this as usual. Then it is 3 into root 3 plus root 2 in the bracket. Then it is a minus b into a plus b. So a square minus b square. So now we will multiply this 3 inside the bracket. It becomes 3 root 3 plus 3 root 2 upon 3 minus 2. So finally it is 3 root 3 plus 3 root 2 upon 1. So now we will compare it like this. It is 3 root 3 plus 3 root 2 is equals to a root 3 minus b root 2. So when you compare, what you will get? You will get this a, this is root 3. So this a will be equal to root 3. Then this is minus b. Okay, so minus b will be equal to 3, or you can say b is equals to minus 3. Okay, so like this you compare and you will get the value of a and b. questions likes of this in which you have to simplify it. So see what we will do. See, this is root 6 minus root 2. This is root 6 plus root 2. So they both are the rationalizing factor of each other. So in these type of questions, if in two terms are there and in the two terms both are having rationalizing factor of each other, so in that case we will take the LCM as usual, it like this. Okay. And so it becomes root 2 into root 6 plus root 2 minus root 3 into root 6 plus root 6 minus root 2. So we will multiply this root 2 into root 6 plus root 2 into root 2 minus root 3 into root 6 minus root 3 into root 2. Okay, simple multiplication as usual you have done in the previous classes. Then it becomes root 6 whole square minus root 2 whole square. So when we take it inside the root sign, it becomes 2 into 6, 12 plus root 2 into root 2 will be 2 minus 6 into 3 is 18 minus root 6 upon it becomes 6 minus. Okay, now we can simplify it. Let's see what it will get. It is actually 3 into 2 into 2 plus 2 minus 3 into 3 into 2 minus root 6 upon 4. Okay, this you will get. So this 2 will come out. It becomes 2 root 3 plus 2 minus 2 root 3 minus minus plus upon 4. Okay, so this will be your, and none of the values can be simplified, so this will be your answer. Okay, like this in these type of questions, but you have to see that these two should be the rationalizing factor of each other. If they are the rationalizing factor of each other, then you simply take the LCM and solve it. As usual, you are solving the fractions. Okay, so in the questions likes of this in which individual values are given and we have to find the certain values. So in the questions likes of this, remember the first step will be you first rationalize the denominator of this, that is 3 minus 2 root 2 and its rationalizing factor will be 3 plus 2 root 2. So when you see what it will becomes, it is 3 square minus 2 root 2 square and it is 3 plus 2 root 2. 3 square is 9 and 2 root 2 whole square will be 2 into 2 into root 2 square is 2, that is 8. See what it becomes, 3 plus 2 root 2. Okay, comparatively easier to solve. Whenever you have 1 in the denominator, it is comparatively easier to solve. Similarly, when we rationalize the denominator of this n, so now you can deduce what you are going to get from this. It is 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 3 square minus 2 root 2 square, that is 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 9 minus 8, so 3 minus 2 root 2. This will be your n and this will be your m. Now we will use these values of m and n for the further question. So first part that is asked is m square. So what is m square? It is 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square, that is 3 square 2 root 2 square, 2 into 3 into 2 root 2, so 9 plus 8 plus 12 root 2, that is 17 plus 12 root 2. Second thing which is asked is n square, so we will do the square of this, that is 9 plus 8 minus 12 root 2, 17 minus 12 root 2. And the third part that is asked is m into n. So this is m and this is your n. See a, b and b. So a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. That is 9 minus 8. Answer will be 1. Okay, so in the questions like of these, first step always will be you will rationalize the denominator of either m. You will rationalize the denominator of the questions like this. Okay, so make sure in the denominator irrational number should not be there. In the denominator always there should be a rational number, then only its simplification will be easier.